time in a very long time, house prices did not move upwards. They in fact moved down slightly, and there are two factors behind that. The first one being the volume growth. We've seen very good and consistent volume growth since May all up to September, and the increase in supply is putting some downward pressure on the prices. And then secondly, we've also got some oversupply in the upper to middle price segments. We survey estate agents every 3 months, and according to these surveys, we've come to the conclusion that the middle to upper price segment is becoming somewhat saturated. Properties we find are taking a lot longer to sell. They're up to about 105 days to sell in that segment, and that they're also trading below asking price. And that is basically what's causing house prices to come down. And on the supply side, we've had some new developments that are coming to the market. We've spoken quite some time about Lisenheim and Omea. Finally, these projects are off the ground and they're supplying consistently. You're looking between 30 to 20 properties that are being supplied by Lisenheim and about 20 by Omea every single month. And that is soaping up some of the excess demand that's in the market. But they'll also not forget that there are some northern towns that are increasing their supply. Kurunkuru, Enana, Ochi, Otavia, and Ochiwarongo are just some to mention a few. And we're seeing also a little bit of diversion from some individuals who live in smaller towns that typically used to buy in Windhoek so that they can benefit from the appreciation. They're starting to take mortgages in their own little towns, and that's diverting some of the mortgage growth away from the Windhoek market. Then we also look at the median house prices across the country. The national median is 530,000. We've spoken long about this. It's a very high price given Namibia's income. Most people can't afford it. As far as our numbers are concerned, we know that 97% of the households in this country can't afford houses over 400,000. So that's a bit high. But if you look at how it's evolved over the years. Over the past 5 years, we see house prices have gone up by 50%, of which over the past year it was 22%. So you've seen a lot of growth over the past year alone, and that's a bit worrisome for us. The other point of concern is also the Windhoek property prices. In 2007, the difference between the national average and Windhoek was $20,000. Today, if you look at the difference between national and Windhoek, it's $200,000. So Windhoek being the capital and also the biggest mortgage market is growing at a very fast pace, and that's what's causing the high house prices. On the topic of land delivery, it's been deteriorating for quite some time now, and we're somewhat concerned about that. We've broken it down into the different market segment. First being the northern property market. That one has been deteriorating quite strongly, but we're not too concerned about that for the simple reason is the pricing in that market is just so low that the majority of the households can either afford them to pay for them cash, or it's a personal loan or an overdraft that they'll take out, not necessarily a mortgage, because the prices are typically between 10 and 20,000 for a plot.